authoritative. I wish I could say it for the YouTube man, but I can't. You already know. When you start bringing race involvement, it's kind of gets crazy, man. So yeah, let's run this up. Man. Wes Watson facing 5 years in prison.
Man, I thought I was bulletproof. Now they dropped my case from like 15 years on like 2 felonies to like 3 years, 3 to 5.
Wes Watson, the silly sausage, has just snitched on himself live on stream. And I gotta say, it's not looking good for that 5'8" scamming, escort, wifing, fake alpha male. There is one meme that comes to mind right now.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Leslie Wesy Watson just did a live stream with famous rapper Lil Pumpkin. And on this stream, they talk about all the good stuff, you know, like money, taking it up the arse. Not my words, his. We'll get into it in a minute. And although this video itself isn't about fighting, we did say that we would give you any sort of updates with the Wes Watson situation. Just to remind you guys what happened, someone showing up at Wes Watson's gym after Wes was calling people out to...
So this is what I would just explain in chat.
Come down to his gym to fight him, and Wes beat the guy senseless. And we said, due to Wes Watson's criminal history, it's not going to look good for him. He might actually get...
Don't get twisted, it won't a fisting. My man used the weight belt, you know, like the weight belt around your, like you feel what I'm saying, the gym belt, you feel what I'm saying. So
jail, and it's now looking like that's the case. So this is the update. We're just reporting on this piece of poo. And for any of Wes Watson's KKK brigade out there who want to send me more DMs and come at me because Wes is a good guy and I clearly don't know him, well, all it takes is one look at this guy's history. Drug dealing, history of violence, prison, poor coaching practices, charging 20 grand for 3 months for generic advice on his mentorship, beating up on 6'7" disabled street motherfuckers, and even how he treats his missus publicly. We'll get into the self-snitching in a moment and what's happening with Wes going to jail, but just take a look at how he speaks to his beard publicly on his Instagram for his 1 million followers.
The main key to a healthy relationship is if your partner addresses a need that they want, you do it. And you don't argue about it. And you don't tell them it's not significant. Like I tell her to fucking greet me when I come in the goddamn house or when I'm around to make sure that she shows she's attracted to me. And she doesn't really do it. That's a problem we have.
First off, Wes talking about the keys to a healthy relationship. He hasn't got a friggin' clue about a healthy relationship. He's got multiple failed relationships with escorts who have kids, and he hasn't got any kids of his own. I'll tell you the keys to a healthy relationship, and it's a little bit cliche, but it's communication. And by that, I mean communicating with each other, not publicly to your 900,000 followers. By the way, Wes Watson used to have 1 million followers. It looks like he's lost 100k on his Instagram. So airing your dirty laundry out publicly, it's not a good look. Wes. Instagram stories continue.
What do you want me to do that I don't do?
Be just aware that I'm a mom and the baby is like...
That's no excuse. Like, I need to be addressed. That's it. I don't need 15 minutes. I don't need 30 minutes. I need to be addressed in a certain way often. And people are like, why? So that I don't have to get it from other bitches. Because I'm going to get attention from women. And that's what I'm going to do. So either you're going to give it to me or someone else is. So, see, the point is make sure you give your man attention.
Now, I'm not going to lie and say there's no validity to what Wes is saying here. Yeah, you should be giving attention to each other in a relationship. However, a key thing that Wes said there, he said, I need to be greeted and addressed often. Why do you need to be addressed often? If you are so on your grind and you're all about getting that money, you shouldn't be thirsting for attention from your peers. Me personally, I like to be left alone so I can work. I don't want to be addressed constantly.
The only reason a nigga don't do more than a couple hours during the week is because of the wife. You feel what I'm saying? I'm juggling that much shit. But
no, we are all our own men and we all have different needs, whatever. But
like
really, most men are the same. And those who are secure within themselves, or should I say secure within the relationships, shouldn't need the constant validation from your missus. This shows that they haven't really got a solid foundation.
Fire.
Your missus, little kiss, hiya babe, how are you? Have you had a nice day? But then after that, that's all you should really need. And I'm not saying it's weird to have relationship problems. Really, a sign of a healthy relationship is that you do argue. If you're not arguing at all or having any disagreements, it means that someone isn't communicating. My point, along with John Bravo's point, is that Wes Watson is a piece of poo for airing his dirty laundry all over Instagram. You're putting your missus on blast for everyone to see. I never speak negatively about my beard outside of me closest circle, and even then it's not really negative, it's just just general man and woman bullshit that most people go through.
The biggest skill set you guys will ever learn is how to not give a how you're viewed and just be you at all times.
But really quickly, it's not about how I'm viewed. I care about maybe I'm hyper focused on my daughter's well-being, like
100% it's about being
system.
100% it's about how you're viewed, because if you don't care how you're viewed, you can do it very quickly.
No, I'm not gonna, when my baby's screaming, crying, I'm not gonna be like, hey guys.
What I see there is a man who isn't listening to what his wife wants or his bird wants. And you can say, Sean, you don't know anything about their relationship. Fair enough. But if
I can't lie, it seemed like man were cutting her off there.
I'm actually going to give credit to his beard. Yes, she comes across as pretty level-headed.
Nah,
we don't know all the behind the scenes, and she could have went crazy off camera. But Wes is challenging her on camera, putting her on blast, and she's staying fairly rational. Maybe the reason why your woman isn't bowing down to you at every moment is because she's got a kid. I don't know how many of you guys have kids, but when you do, you realise shit becomes hard, regardless of how much money you've got. Often the relationship sometimes has to come second to the kids, and that doesn't mean neglect your relationship whatsoever, but the kids are the main priority, especially when they're young. They don't understand. Wes thinks he's the center.
I ain't got kids, chat, but that's exactly how I feel, man. When I have kids, man, he ain't gonna be obviously, she's always gonna have the first priority, but kids are it's just different type of love, innit? You feel what I'm saying?
Of the universe. I think
personally,
personally, he's jealous of the attention that his bird's daughter is getting, and that she's not giving that attention to him. It's usually the women who get jealous over the daddy-daughter relationship when the daughter isn't hers. But here, Wes is being the jealous, needy one. Thought you was an alpha male, Wes. He needs to think a little bit more before airing his dirty laundry all over the internet. Maybe that's why he's lost 100,000 followers. Also, somewhat related, Wes might be gay.
Like, people are like, Wes, why don't you have your own kids? Why don't you have your own kids? And I mean, I don't know if you're going to have to cut this or not, but when I'm I can't really bust a nut in. It's really hard for me. How often do I actually bust a nut when we're and one out of every 5. So I don't know if I really am not fertile or if it's me not trying enough. Yeah. But I mean, maybe one day her sister actually is a surrogate to many kids, and I might have to go that route because I would want kids, but it's always some buck-toothed, wall-eyed from Minnesota who's like, Wes, why don't you pass on your seed? You need a legacy. You're not a real man. You didn't pass on your seed. I'm like, you got 6
kids. Is that the same girl?
Care of you translucent, you know. But it's never a normal person who says all this weird.
Well, I'm a pretty normal person with my life together and fairly successful in my own right. Not earning anywhere near the amount of money that Wes Watson makes, but, I've got my own gym. I'm a personal trainer. I've got my app. I've got my YouTube channel. I've got investments. I do good for myself. And I'm a family man. Why are you talking like this on a podcast with your beard for the whole world to see? You claim that you're a real man, yet you're talking about surrogacy. Not because you're infertile, but for the simple fact that you can't finish in your beard. That's crazy work right there. What's going on? But look, Wes has been to prison. He definitely took it up the booty, or at the very least, give that D to some random fella in prison. Maybe that's why he can't bust on a girl. And look, I know she's a bit plasticky, but she's a decent looking girl. She's attractive. She's fit. That should be pretty easy. And on that, let's segue into the live stream with Lil Pumpski. So they're sitting down, they're talking about money, and then Wes transitions the conversation into bum sex.
Dude, in prison they say that the p***s for clucking, the assholes for f***ing. That's what they'll tell you.
Nothing against the gays either. Do what you wish. But Wes is defo in the closet. Just admit it, Wes.
Yo, that's
I've got loads of gay clients. I accept you for who you are. Now, onto the self-snitching. Guys, we got to wrap up that watch time a little bit. I can't just make a 2-minute video about this. It's the game of YouTube. Got to be done. But hopefully you're being entertained so far. And if you have been, drop a like on the video. So Wes and Lil Pump and a few other lads were entered in a restaurant. And one of the guys said, I don't think we're allowed any cameras in here. So I think Wes gets a little bit too comfortable after hearing that. And, well, listen to what happens.
No, bro, this one's fire. I like this one.
Yeah, let's go here.
I feel like you gotta be a little bit more strict with the camera in here. You feel me? The photo.
No, yeah, just keep that shit down for now.
Keep the camera down until I see it.
When did you move down here?
Like 2 years ago.
Nice.
Tried to stay cool here, man. Now I'm already I'm rolling around here tripping,
Yeah.
Like, man, I thought I was bulletproof. Now they dropped my case from 15 years on 2 felonies to 3 years, 3 to 5.
Damn.
But I'm gonna keep trying to beat it, you know.
They talking about that new show.
Yeah,
The
so,
bullshit where the guy wrote.
yeah.
Oh man.
I could beat it, but I mean,
It's just annoying.
they want to play games and they want to drain a couple hundred bands from me. You know?
He snitched on himself. He said that they're looking to put him away for 3 to 5 years, or at the very best case scenario, they're trying to get a few $100,000 out of him. So it's really, I can't laugh because I went back to kickboxing the other night and all my body's killing, but it's really not looking good for Wes here. But you reap what you sow, mate. You called people out on the internet. Someone came down. Okay, they wanted a little bit of clout. I get it. I
That's self-snitching, chef.
actually disagree with that. The black fella was in the wrong for coming down, 100%. But
Where
you
did they snitch on his
started this,
boys,
remember. But look, we say all this. Wes Watson has got zero regrets. He thinks this is a net positive for him and his brand. He says so right here.
Man, people are a piece of shit, bro. They'll do anything for some clout. I hate that shit.
I loved it though. That was the best case scenario.
Yeah.
To beat the dog shit out of someone on camera, have the best fucking just brutal fight video of any
It's
famous person,
self-defense, too.
and
No,
there's
no,
no,
it is
no one can
self-defense.
say nothing.
Exactly.
But the thing is, they were trying to say my boys jumped in, but
They
were.
didn't.
Yeah,
They
they
did, bro. I see what you like.
I mean, dude, where I'm from, they should have kicked his whole face in. You know what the hell?
That's a big ass.
Yeah.
And bro, we're in Florida, man. You could have pulled out on him at any time, just ended him right there, you know?
Dude, my
Like,
boy Rob right there, he's Wachang, he's that Chinese mafia. My other dude is like just got strapped. You know, they're all motherfuckers, bro. They're not slackers. Bro.
Yeah,
They're wearing
yeah.
Richies and going to the gym every day.
Yeah.
They don't have problems. Bro.
I know. Funny thing is, I got the strap because I forget your boy's name with the long hair.
Which one?
He knows a lot about guns.
Soham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the staccato because of him.
Oh yeah, he be posting all
He was
this.
like 2 favorites. I said, yeah, that's why I got it.
yeah.
Yeah, anything about the case and shit, I can't talk about that.
There was a lot of conversation there that shouldn't have been on camera. Wes has even just snitched on his boy, saying that he's in the Chinese
Crazy,
mafia.
bro.
You got to show
Yeah,
more loyalty than that, lad. But as you can see, he's acting like he
done,
doesn't
buddy.
care about this situation.
You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done.
And then it's done